We're going live. We are live indeed.
Hello.
Getting ready to go live as the thing is circling around. Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Nicola, and I'm joined here today, yay, with Teresa
Hi,
from
everybody.
It's awesome. Thanks for joining us today, Teresa. For those of you who have been with us since the beginning of our channel or joined us a while ago, we usually do a live stream every Wednesday at 11:30 US Mountain Time. For the next couple of weeks, we're doing one every day because we want to monitor this movement to the peak of the big patterns that we're in to see if we're going to get that 30% move to the upside or a 30% move to the downside. So today's live stream is going to be a short one. It's just following on from the technical analysis that we did yesterday for Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP. And if you want us to do ADA and EOS or any of your other favorite coins, you need to first like this live stream, help us out with the channel. We're a new channel here, and make a comment and let us know what it is so that we can do it, because we're only going to be here for 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes tops. We will start with Bitcoin and then go on to Ethereum, then do XRP, and if we've got enough likes, we will go on to do the others. So to start with, before we go into Bitcoin, which you can see I've got the Bitcoin chart, I just want to remind everybody that early bird tickets are now on sale for the Conscious Crypto event happening in October. The early bird special ends at the end of July and tickets are selling right now. We're going to host this on Zoom, so we have limited seats. So you're going to want to get, first of all, the big discount by getting in early. And you'll see that we've got some great speakers. I'm just scrolling down here. We've got Chris from MMCrypto, Da Vinci J from Da Vinci J15, YouTubers talking about trading strategies to increase your Bitcoin. We've got Michael Rosmer from Offshore Citizen coming in to talk about tax minimization, profit maximization by going offshore, or creating international structures. We also have a tax attorney coming in to just give us general tax advice. And then I'm going to be doing something on mindset. We've got 2 speakers yet to be confirmed. We'll let you know about that tomorrow because we're just talking to them today. We've got technical analysis workshops where you're going to learn advanced technical analysis from Jeroen van Lange from the Blockchain Today and Marzel, Alex from Marzel Money. Then we have these awesome panel of experts. We're going to be talking about what are the best indicators you need for successful trades, the bull run, end of the prediction, end of the bull run prediction time frame, as well as strategies for exiting, structures to minimize tax and maximize wealth. Again, mindset, psychology and profitability, mindset, what to do with all that Bitcoin at the end of the bull run, and then how to balance your portfolio with top picks of altcoins, DeFi, NFTs. The link for this is below in the description. And as I said, early bird tickets are selling and they are limited. So you're going to want to get your ticket in the next few days if you're planning on attending. The big reason why you want to attend, and Teresa, hop in here, is because we've been talking about the potential of a super cycle that might actually start around about that time, because that's when Saturn is coming out of retrograde and it's going forward. So do you want to talk about that super cycle there, Teresa?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we first saw the inklings of a super cycle in the 2013 cycle, right, where the pi cycle indicator topped out twice. So we're very likely, like high probability, we're in the same thing. The miners hash rate recapitulation hasn't flashed the buy signal yet, but there's a lot of bullish indicators starting to happen that is looking like we're going to do another run up, right? And anytime you're dealing with a limited supply coin as transparent as Bitcoin, you know it's going to keep going up over time. You know, we're dealing with something limited supply. Everything about Bitcoin, every single fundamental possible is transparent. You can see how many whales are buying. You can see when the whales are accumulating. That is a rare thing for an asset. Like in the world of stocks and assets and commodities, there are very few things on this planet as transparent as the blockchain. So it's a much easier asset to predict how it's going to perform at the macro level, right? We just know there's something going on that's holding the price down right now. It's still a month to be cautious in, but if you're just buying to accumulate and buying to hold, or if you're doing very cautious trades, there's a lot of money to be made here still. And, don't shy away just because we're in a market correction that would be a normal market correction for a super cycle.
Yeah. And as we come into that super cycle, our event is going to be giving you 3 days of action-packed stuff that you cannot get for free. You cannot get on YouTube because of censorship and so on and so forth. All of our YouTubers are going to be giving information that they've never been able to say on YouTube for a number of those censorship reasons. And we're going to prepare you because the super cycle is going to make millionaires and multi-millionaires of you if you're in the right coin at the right time and you've got the right strategies. And that's what we're going to give you in this 3-day event. So you absolutely don't want to drag your feet on getting your ticket, because as soon as we've got enough seats filled, because we've only got enough spaces for people on Zoom, then you'll miss out if you drag your feet. So I'd be getting my ticket today or scrambling to get it tomorrow so that you get that $400 discount, and you also make sure that you get in. So let's.
And I would add to that the right mindset to trade it, right?
Oh,
like,
yes, you're right.
This has been a month of a lot of people getting wrecked, right? Because there's been like breakout of the pattern, market U-turn, breakout of the pattern, market U-turn. And we've had a lot of, what you'd call busted patterns going on all month, right? And as a result, how many of you, and you don't have to say it out loud, but how many of you have gotten out of perfectly good trades because this market has you skittish? Right? Like a lot of people entered at the really low point of the market, and when it didn't turn around again, got out of their trades, and then the market recovered. So just note that your psychology around trading, and we often say this on Conscious Cryptos, is 80% of what it takes to be a successful trader. The strategy and the tactics is only the first 20, right? You've got to be able to look at the market objectively, freshly, with new eyes, regardless of what just happened to you, regardless of the trade you just lost, or regardless of your fear and FOMO. So I think that's going to be one of the most valuable conversations at this conference. And, that alone is worth the price of the ticket.
Totally. Even if you got one nugget, it's worth the price of the ticket, because the tickets are cheap right now. Okay, let's dive in because we are just going to be short today. I am going to draw this line across here to just reiterate to you what Teresa was saying. We have been looking at this Bitcoin price action on the daily as a descending wedge, which while we're doing lower lows, it's a bearish trending downward pattern that has a bullish breakout ratio. So we break out 80% of the time to the upside out of these downward channeling wedges, which is one of the reasons why on this channel we're not 100% convinced we're going under 28,000, right? 28,800 is where we're finding significant support. Touched it, got rejected off of it a number of times, and exactly what Teresa was saying is people getting overconfident about a direction, and then they put in a short. Like if you were to put in a short here, because if you traded this as a descending triangle, let's come down into the 4 hours so we can see a little bit more, and then I'm going to go and show you the trade that's coming up right now, and we'll do that for all of the coins. So we have been, this is the let me just come in a bit more so that you can see. We're in a downward channeling wedge. We broke to the downside here, and a whole lot of shorts got wrecked. I shorted this, got out here because there was a bullish divergence, and there was a lot of talk about we're going to 18,000, 19,000, 20,000. So all of these people who didn't know what the heck they were doing got into shorts, and we got this U-turn that Teresa was talking about. And it's a beautiful U-turn. It's actually a reverse Bart Simpson pattern. It took us out of this descending wedge. This is a descending channel, descending wedge, which breaks to the upside. And lo and behold, we've broken to the upside. Teresa, could you argue that that red candle is retesting the previous support line, the previous resistance line as support, and now
I
we're
think
going
so.
up?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so. And I mean, looking at it at the more mac or micro level, that's a really nice bull flag
yeah,
that was just developed, right? So that's a
totally.
strong indicator, but we do want to see more volume coming in to feel good about this as a breakout.
Yeah. So right now we're getting ready for a good long position, and I'm going to show you that in just a moment because we're right on a support resistance line. So we've got to wait to see which side it's going to clear in order to put your trade in. So right now, though, if you have a look at a lot of people got wrecked, like millions of dollars was lost because people had a bias that it was going to go down and they wanted it to go down. And Bitcoin, time and time again, whether it's everybody's got longs in or everybody's got big shorts in, whatever the majority of the market are pushing, we often see a U-turn. So we need to see that volume before you get into a trade if you don't want to end up into a trade that's going to turn around on you. So one of the things I wanted to go over today is how do you know that the market is turning bullish? If you have the CM Williams VIX Fix indicator, which you can get by going to Indicators, Public Library, and there it is there by Chris Moody. This was fortune telling on the weekly and the 4 hourly. These green candles down here on this indicator was fortune telling that there were early signs that we're going to start going up in price. We also had a bullish divergence. So we knew that this was going to go up. So when this started happening, I went, this could take up to the upside, and it did. I didn't get a trading because this happened while I was sleeping, but I could see that it was starting to come. So you want to get this on your chart. The other way you can see what's going on is the Ichimoku cloud. I use Cracking Ichimoku, Cracking
Cracking
Cryptocurrency
crypto, yeah,
Ichimoku because it's got the
excellent the way they've set
cryptocurrency
up their cloud.
settings. Yeah. So what will happen here is that you'll see the red cloud, which is resistance, the green cloud, which is flow, and on the 1 hour in particular, we started to see light at the end of the tunnel with this green cloud forming. So this is an early sign that we're heading into a little bit of a bull flurry, and we've actually started it earlier because the CM Williams VIX Fix was telling us earlier. So those are two indicators you want to use to look at, are we going bullish? Because if you're going to put a short in, you don't want to see you don't want to see bullish momentum. You don't want to see bullish divergences. You don't want to see that when you're shorting, and you don't want to see green clouds when you're about to short because you'll get these U-turns, and that's exactly what we did get here. So if you're looking to trade, well, let's go back to the 4 hour. You can see we've already broken out of this pattern to the upside. We've confirmed it, and now we're looking for a good entry point. And as Teresa said, this looks like a bull flag. Teresa, do you want to talk about how to enter a trade from a bull flag?
Well, it's important to remember, like bull flags are like a speed bump in the road of a movement in the market, right? Like, so they're a solid thing to trade, but you got to remember that they're a midway point usually of where something's moving. So that bull flag's a good indicator that we're going to go at least up to the upper support line, but we're still waiting for that volume confirmation for the bull flag to come in, right?
Yeah.
So normally you'd be looking to all the other indicators for that confirmation. You know, is the RSI bottoming out? Is the CW Williams indicator that Nicola is showing, is it showing positive? Where are we at on the Ichimoku cloud right now, right? So when we look at that Ichimoku cloud, though, it's actually looking a touch bullish at the moment. So I'd be waiting, because sometimes bull flags turn into Bart Simpsons, like it does happen. And in this market,
this bear flag turned into a Bart Simpson.
Turned into a Bart Simpson, right? So we don't always know midway in the flag what it's going to turn out to be, right? So, couple things you can try. Like there's a couple different philosophies on trading those. One, you get in the bottom of one of the candles just by really watching your 1 minute candles like a hawk and look at when all the momentum's lost, get in at the bottom of one of them and watch it like a hawk. If it turns back around, you get out. In essence, you're scalping to get into a bigger trade, right? Or you just wait till all the other indicators are favorable. But really, to feel confident in a trade, you want to see that volume confirmation. Do we have good buy volume coming in? That's when you know it's a solid trade, and it's a lot safer to get into.
Yeah. Generally speaking, the conservative approach is you wait for the breakout of the flag, you wait for it to retest as previous support, as resistance as support rather, and then you come in above it. However, this particular market, Bitcoin has been skipping the retest quite often. But if you have a look at this breakout here, this is the descending line of that descending column. We've come up, and then we did come back down to retest this as support. So we did not come down to touch it. We got rejected before we even got there. And now we've got more upward price motion, and we're doing higher lows and higher highs, right? So that's an indication that we have a confirmed breakout out of this wedge. Now we're looking for a confirmed breakout out of this flag. And this is a hard flag to trade because it's on an upward sloping motion. And the longer we go across, the higher the price is going to get, and the higher your FOMO, fear of missing out, is going to get into the trade. So place to look at it is to come back, wait for price action, because we've got, if you have a look at Ichimoku's red at the moment, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours before we've got this bullish flow coming in. So if we, excuse me, if we go down to the 5 minute to look for an entry point, you want to make sure that you're above one of the support lines. And that indicator that I'm using is this one here, support resistance dynamic, which it looks like we're doing now. If we get a clear candle above this and then another candle going up, that is an indication that it might be a good time to enter, because it doesn't look like we're going to get a short-term down flow. We've got to be careful for that. So let's have a look. This channel isn't a signals channel. We're more teaching you when is the best time to enter. And it's always best to enter, like it would have been best to enter when we cleared this support line here at 3234. So I think this is a waiting game, Teresa.
Yeah, personally, I would be waiting.
Yeah.
And waiting to see what some of the other indicators would do.
Yeah.
Because something to remember, and I love, I still do this when I just got the latest edition of this. But when I'm looking at a chart pattern, I go back and read about the chart pattern in the Bible, right? This is the Trader's Bible, Bulkowski's book, right, on chart patterns.
Yeah.
And, one of the things he says, I don't remember the specific number, but bull flags often don't reconfirm. They just head on back up.
They just head on up to another bull flag. Yeah.
And generally, when you're having multiple bull flags within a larger pattern, each one gets progressively smaller. Right? So whatever that first bull flag was, the next one's going to be smaller than the last, right?
Except this is in contradiction, right? Look at that. So this might be about Simpson then.
Yeah, it could be, or you could call that a series of smaller bull flags.
Yeah.
And the pattern's already played out. So it depends on the time frame you're looking at, because if you look at that bull flag on the 4 hour, you wouldn't see all those speed bumps on the way up, right?
Yeah.
But if you're looking at it on the 1 hour, what we've actually got is 1, 2, 3 bull flags, and there might actually be another baby one playing out, and maybe the momentum of this pattern's played itself out, and the U-turn's about to happen, right? So we've
got the Ichimoku cloud sitting there in the green. Yeah. So that is just a maybe. So we don't want to confuse you with contradictory indicators.
I like being contrarian.
This is a bull pennant that is that looks like it's going to bring us to breakout. So your good entry points are if we break to the downside and then we turn around with a green candle bump, getting rejected off of 31,923. Ichimoku cloud is green. RSI is either to the middle or towards the downside with, like room to move. And you've got some green candles coming in. We've got momentum, good place to enter. The second good entry point would be above 32,825. Same thing. Green candle, bottom, clearing this, having another candle above it so that we know that we are moving away from that support line, and then watching the Ichimoku cloud on the 1 and the 5 minute to see if we're still green and we've got no speed bumps along the way. RSI's got room to move to the upside, and we've got candles coming in. So those are the things you really want to be thinking about to get a really, really good entry point. So that puts us here. When we've broken out, we touch this line here. So in a traditional sense, we've come back down to retest. Then the next place to enter would be above when the price action reaches above that. So above this line here at 32,825 is perfect. Then the first touch point is going to be 34,590. And you might want to just come in under that with your first take profit, because we're then hitting the next resistance line of a bigger pattern that might end up reversing and not breaking to the upside, right? This bigger.
I think that's very likely with what's going on with Bitcoin in the market in the last month, that will come back down into the pattern. If I was a betting woman, which as a trader I am, I would say it's far more likely we come back down in than that we break out of the larger pattern.
Yeah. We've put the breakout at around about the 2nd of August because we've been following the fractal of the Saturn retrograde. When Saturn comes, it goes progressive. Last year, we've been literally following this pattern here. Last year, we coiled up, we got tighter and tighter and tighter, and then we just spruiked up, came across, came back down. And that happened last year on the 27th of July. This year, it's around about, give or take a few days, the 2nd of August that we could see a rally to the upside. So that means that we've still got a week's worth of trading within this pattern potentially. We may not break out if we come all the way to the top here. So this long that we're placing right now at that those entry points we talked about, the first target is the top of the wedge that we have broken out of, which is at 34,670. And at that stage, we may turn around and come back down the pattern. But what you're going to want to watch for is that if we take a day or two to get to the top, we're going to hit resistance before we get there with it. And this is if we start hitting resistance, we get a green candle, then we get a red candle, we've got the danger of not fulfilling the target, which happens a lot, and then coming back down. So what you're going to want to watch, you're going to want to set your alarms for certain points along this line, right? So that when it hits these lines here, if we get red candle, that would be the time to take some profit out of that trade. And once it comes back down, you can always enter in, or you could close the trade out if there were bearish divergences and bearish looking stuff that is going on. But now remember, with this wedge, we break out of this wedge, and as we said, we're thinking it may happen, because we know we're near the pinnacle, right? We're thinking it could happen. I mean, it might even happen towards the end of August, but according to the Saturn retrograde pattern, we're putting it somewhere between the 2nd of August in that week there. So if we break out of this big pattern, then obviously the golden triangle, the golden pocket here at 41,788 is going to be the first big target to take profit, but ultimately the target of that, if we break to the upside, is 45,914. Now, bearish scenario is if we come back down, break out of 28,800, and we break down with a confirmed breakdown, then we are going to go to those lower prices. But at the moment, there is not a lot of indication in the chart for the next day or so that we're going to lower prices. We've only got a few minutes left. We've got 5 minutes left. So let's quickly do Ethereum, because Ethereum is already in a long. We've been coming down here, breaking down in this channel. This is on the daily. We've broken out of it. We're creating a bull pennant right now. We've had the breakout of this, so that the target for that is going to be 2418. We've got a line here on the Fibonacci at 2295. And so we might want to look at taking some profits there. But here's what's good about this pattern. Inside of this triangle, if we reach that target, then we have got a W, which is a trend reversal pattern when it's that big on the daily. And the target for that is up at 2,990. This is actually a bearish pattern. The pink lines is a bearish pattern. Descending triangle breaks to the downside 80% of the time, in which case the target is $469, which is highly unlikely. But I want you to see what I've written on this chart. 1864 is the thing to look at, that support level. We break back down that support level. We might not trade down to those lower prices, but there might be some price manipulation, and we could get a wick all the way down to 1400. So I've got a cheeky buy order in at 1400. Right? I might not catch it as a short.
They can make you a lot of money if you when you catch them. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just very quickly on the 1 hour, because we have broken out of that downward wedge, there is a trade here that is about to confirm. We did break out of this bull pennant, right? There's the green candle there. We've come back down to test it as support. So the next entry point would be around about 250, let's say, just to be on the safe side. If we get a candle below that, the bottom of the candle above 2048, 2050, we bring in the Ichimoku, and we can see, yes, look, we've got an incline on the green cloud coming. So we've got green sky. Then this pattern is going to fulfill all the way up to 2,200 and let's say 50, just fall short a little bit. So because it's going to hit this resistance line of the biggest pattern, that would be your first take profit. We're probably going to get a rejection and come back down a little bit and test this a few times before breaking through. So if you are a conservative trader, you want to close out that and then come back down. I like to often close out 75% of the trade when it looks like we've got a W, which is a bullish pattern, and then when it retraces, I'll leave 25% of the trade in, and then I'll add more to the trade once it retraces, because then I've got a lower entry point because I entered all the way down here, right down here at about 1864, something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, love those W's. They trade well. So if it does turn out to a W breaking up, that's a solid strategy.
You have a meeting in a couple of minutes, and I know you don't.
No, I do. I got to dash off, so I will say goodbye. And Nicola can do the final coin. Sorry, guys. We'll see you next time.
Okay, awesome. So I'm seeing that, the link to the event tickets isn't working. Oh, that's interesting. Did I type it in wrong? The link is below in the description. So try the description there, Ashton, and let me know if that's still not working, because we tested that today and we're getting sales coming in. So you might have to copy and paste the link and put it into your browser to get the ticket. Sorry about that, guys. But the links are in every single one of our videos. And let me go get rid of that. Let's go to XRP. XRP is a little bit more difficult. We have been, I think we've reached the bottom on XRP down at 50 cents, 50 to 52 cents. We have a descending wedge that we have been going in. Again, a bullish pattern break to the upside. First target's going to be 72 cents. Next target is going to be 78 cents. But what's been happening is we've been slowly going up here. So the good time to long was there. So now we're up against the resistance. So let's zoom in on the 4 hourly. because we need to wait for a breakout in order to enter into a trade here for XRP, and 62 cents is a major, this line here that I put here, this is a major resistance area. You'll see we touched it and got rejected off of it. It got supported here a few times. So we really want to see a breakout, and if you're scalping, you could trade the breakout. But if you're a bit more conservative, you'd want to wait till we get above to 62 cents. And then this is, as I said, this is going up to 72 cents and then beyond, because we're breaking out of a bullish pattern here. So if you got into this here, like this looked like a bear flag, right? And it flipped bullish, because if you have a look at the CM Williams here, we had a green candle. That green candle showed on this green candle to indicate that we were going to have upward priceward action, and boom, we did. So you really want to get this indicator into your charts, guys, so that you can get some prediction going in. Now, obviously, we don't trade on prediction. We get ready to react to what the price action is doing. But if you knew we were about to turn up, you could have caught the bottom of this candle, gone down onto the 1 minute on the Ichimoku, and you could have caught this and longed it all the way up to the resistance line. We need an hour. Let's have a look what's going on the hourly. We need to see if we're going to get a red candle here. No, we haven't. We've broken above it on the hourly. So we've got an entry point coming up. So if you want to risk it, you could enter in at 60 cents 493. If you go down to the Ichimoku, let's turn Ichimoku on, because Ichimoku helps us to know whether or not we're going to have a big dip. I personally wouldn't enter a trade here, but for those of you who are a little less conservative than me, that is a good entry point. But you're going to have to watch it like a hawk, because we are above the red part of the Ichimoku cloud. It is ascending. See this green line here? That's a support line. It is going up, and which could suggest price action. But I watch this cloud daily like a hawk. And whenever you see these straight lines on the Ichimoku cloud, often we will see a sudden dump or a sudden pump. So this is going to be an entry point that you're going to have to watch down to the minute. Within 5 hours, we've got bullish momentum. So that's suggesting it's possible that we are going to break out of this pattern and head to the upside. And now you just want to look at your entries. So if you come down onto the minute Ichimoku, we can see the straight line here. Boom, already we've started coming down. So we want to get a little bit more solidarity in the confirmation here of the different indicators. So we've got good room to move to the upside on the RSI. Looks like we've just found support. Oh, no, we've come back down. So we've come back down to touch this line. So this is what I do. I literally watch this for a few minutes, because right here, we've got an incline. So that would be the time to enter when the price is starting to go up. Otherwise, wait till 62 cents, clear 62 cents and enter. So just to go over that trade again, and remember, I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm just teaching you good technical analysis, which I learned first of all in the stock market when I used to work for a merchant bank that invested all of the big companies, all of the big banks and all of the big financial institutions' money in the stock market. And then just learning how to apply that technical analysis in cryptocurrency for the last couple of years. So this could be a retest, or it could be a bull flag forming. So again, I would wait for an entry above 60 cents. And then for me personally, I'm a little bit more conservative. I would actually wait for 62 cents unless we see a takeoff happen. So does anybody have any questions on that? Because I know that we're data dumping on you at the moment, just because there's so many coins that are breaking out right now. If you want to play it conservative, wait till we get above the support line, 62. If you don't mind scalping it, because you're going to sit and watch the trade, look at that Ichimoku. If we've got green incline, get in above 60 cents, 60, maybe 60 cents and 65 or whatever. So just above this, what I'm looking at is above this candle wick. Get above that candle wick. and then enter there and ride it all the way up to 72 cents, maybe further. We may hit resistance at 62 cents and then come all the way back down. And then bounce off of that and go back up again. So watch for that. Normally, you'd want to have a tight stop loss if you're entering into a risky trade, at this level, and you're not waiting till this clears here. Does that make sense? And then for ADA, ADA on the daily has also been looking pretty bullish. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. That is a tremendous amount of support on that support line at $1. Like, even just the when we've been going up and down on Bitcoin, ADA has pretty much been saying, I don't want to go below $1, right? Look how many days we've been above $1. This is phenomenal, right? Really, really cool. So we come down into the 4 hourly and see where we are in the pattern. It looks like we actually, let me take some mess off here so that you can see what's going on. Yeah, we've come out of, see this bear pennant? This was another U-turn, guys. Everybody was expecting it to go down. People jumped into shorts too early and they got wrecked. We don't want that happening to anybody on this channel. That's why we're teaching technical analysis. And, we're a little bit reluctant to give signals. We can give good entry points and targets, but if we're not around when the market U-turns and you don't know what to do, we don't want to be responsible for anybody losing money, right? So if we teach you how to actually do the trade, you can make those decisions for yourself. And on that note, guys, we've got all of these tutorials here. We've got Bybit tutorials, trading view tutorials. We've got more loading up right now. There's all our live streams. Each one of our live streams teaches you some technical analysis as well as doing market analysis, some stuff on NFTs and so on, how to cryptos. And then we've got trading strategies in here, trading champions, mindset strategies, scenario strategies. And we're a new channel. We're growing at 6% per day, which apparently is pretty good. So we'd really appreciate your subscription if you want to get taught good technical analysis and you want our market analysis as well. So these bull flags are really horrible to trade. I tell you why. Because we're going higher lows, and they can also very easily become Bart Simpsons, right? They can really easily just do that on you. I really don't like trading them. But technically speaking, this is a bull flag, and you want to wait for the breakout above the Fibonacci level at 1.24. Now, if I bring in our support resistance dynamic to see where the support levels are, we're coming up to a significant level here of $1.53, which is the golden pocket for the Fibonacci retracements, support and resistance. So if we break up above this Fibonacci level here of 1.23, we come back into this bigger pattern that we're going to be going into, then we are probably going to head up to $1.53. Let's have a look at that bigger pattern. Here it is here. Right, we had an ascending wedge. We broke down to it. When the wedge is going upwards, we break down to the downside more often than we break to the upside, and we go back to where we first started the wedge, which in this case was down at somewhere around 97 cents. And I think we didn't quite make it down that far. We just fell short of it. Yeah, so if this was me, I would be waiting till we clear this Fibonacci level to enter along. I might even wait till we clear this resistance level, because we could be coming back down to retest this as support, as resistance, and then reverse back down. So predicting, what can we do here? Look, Williams, CM Williams VIX is showing two green candles, which is an indication we are swinging to the upside. Now let's go down into the 1 hour and bring in the Ichimoku. Guys, for those of you who've just joined us, I'm using the Cracking Cryptocurrency Ichimoku because it has the Ichimoku, it has the Ichimoku settings already, because the Ichimoku clouds are set for the stock market, and you want to set it for 20, 60, 30, 120 for the cryptocurrency market, because we're trading 24/7. So here we are. Look, we do, again, all of the coins are looking bullish. Cool. Gavin said something. Oh, great. Awesome. So, so we have a small bull flag within a bull flag, which is going to, what's it going to be, a bull pennant, which is going to take us up above this $1.22 line. So we've got a few hours to go of resistance, and look at this, guys. Look here. I want you to see this. If I blow this up, can you see how we're going in a straight line, and then the line is coming down? We have a straight line up and a straight line across. This is an indication sometimes we get a dump. So we may come down here, in which case, if we turn around and reverse back up above the green Ichimoku cloud, that would be a good entry point to enter along around $1.17. Otherwise, wait till we clear $1.22. So where is the target? First target would be $1.30, but we are, once we get into this territory here, we're heading up towards the golden ratio at $1.53. So we could retrace back down to retest the $1.28 as support, bounce off of that, and then head back up. So I would, if it was me, I would be taking 75% out of the trade here at a maybe $1.28.91, something like that, because we might hit that, turn around, come back down, and then I could enter more if I wanted to, and then ride it up to here. Does that make sense? Great. So that is Ada. So, hey guys, we've got way more people watching than we've got likes. And we really love your help if you would like it, because we put a tremendous amount of research time into our charting and preparation. And I even wash my hair. So we love some likes, so we know that we're on the right track and giving you the information that you need. For those of you who are new to the channel, we'd love your subscription. We are live streaming every morning at 11:30 US Mountain Time. Teresa and I live in Costa Rica, and that's on Mountain Time. And normally we just do one live stream a week, but we're doing one every day while these bigger patterns are playing out, because we think a really huge move is coming soon, and we want to be giving you daily analysis of that so that you can make the most of it. We also, as you saw today, we also take some aspect of technical analysis and teach you to get better entry points, to get better trades, to have better strategies. And the whole channel is a tutorial channel. So we're always teaching and passing on what we're learning, because one of the biggest things that is really important, especially in markets like this, because this is an asset that's relatively new, is that we're all learning. You know, like even the most experienced traders will tell you they never stop learning. So you don't ever want to get arrogant enough to say, I can't learn from anybody. I follow Carl from the Moon, MMCrypto, Da Vinci J, Bitcoin Hyper, Jeroen von Langer, Marzel Money. Many of these guys are going to be speaking at our Conscious Crypto event. Hopefully that link has been fixed now. Oh, can you quickly do LTC? Yes, absolutely, Adot. I can do that for you. Many of them are coming to our event, so we're going to dive deep into technical analysis and psychology factors as well. So I don't have LTC because it's not one I follow. So I'm just going to give you a caveat there that I've not been following it. So I don't know the history of it very well, but I do have it here. I always like to just turn off the noise. Zoom out on the daily and get the big pattern. Oh, this is very similar to XRP. Look at that. We just posted a higher low. So that's looking pretty good. I like that, right? That even could be, what if we straighten that line out and have a look at that? So we have got a bigger descending triangle. Let me bring these lines in. When you're doing your trend lines, folks, you want the candles to be touching and as many of them as possible to validate the pattern. And this looks like we're right at resistance. So we could U-turn here and come back down and either touch $100 or we could break out. This is a bullish pattern. This is a descending wedge that's going to break out and head on up to $223 if we break to the upside. So now let's go in and look at the shorter time frame with all of our indicators to see where we're headed now that we know what the pattern is. Yeah, look at that. We've just got rejected on the 4 hour. See that red candle there? So we could have a bit more downward price action. So let's bring in Ichimoku. Yeah, we've got this descent here happening here. So we might get some, actually, let me just hold my tongue on that one and go down into the 1 hour. Yeah, we're getting rejected. Litecoin's probably going to lag. Looks like Litecoin's going to lag behind Bitcoin and Ethereum taking off because look at this. We've been rejected 4 times off of this line. If we get rejected here again, it'll probably come down, maybe touch, where are we up to? $1.21, 121 rather, come down to maybe 118. Let's see. But we've got several hours of resistance here before we're going to head bullish. So we've got one green candle here on the Williams down the bottom down here, and we've already fulfilled that and got rejected. But on the 1 hourly, this is also a bull flag or a bull pennant, right? With a first target of 127. So we could break out, come to 127, come back down, retest this line as support, and then bounce off it and go up to the higher prices that I mentioned before. So let's go and have a look at the Ichimoku on the 15-minute. Yeah, see the dip here? We have to be in the straight line here. We have to be careful. I think there's going to be a little bit of price action. I want to put in the dynamic support so we know where all our support lines are on the 1 hour to see where a good entry point is for you if you were looking to trade this with leverage. This is, you know what? Come to tomorrow's live stream because by tomorrow we would have passed all of this resistance and we will have a clear indication. I mean, the bottom line is if you're going to enter a trade, you enter, wait for it to break out, wait for it to come back down to test as support, and then bounce off of that with volume and the RSI. Look, the RSI is looking a little overbought here, so it's due for a little bit of a correction to the downside. So this is a waiting game to enter into a trade. I don't even think it's safe to enter a short because so many of the shorts haven't been playing out to their targets. And with all of the bullish momentum that's happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum, this could get dragged along just a little bit later in time, if that makes sense. So waiting game on Litecoin. Maybe tomorrow on when we come back on live, I will make a note to do Litecoin again. So give us a like if you want to hear more on other coins that are your favorites as well. So I have to go because I've got a meeting coming up, and if we do get a big breakout of Bitcoin or Ethereum with really big trades, Teresa and I may pop on live. So be sure that you are subscribed, hit the bell, click all, so that you can get the notification of when we're going live, because we want to look at helping everybody get good entry points for these big trades. I haven't spoken too much about the bearish scenario, but I did talk about the bearish scenario in yesterday's live stream and the live stream before that. So you can always go back and have a look at those over at our channel. And we've got a crypto live streams. All our live streams are in that there. And as I said, we're a new channel, doing really well. Would appreciate your support, appreciate you clicking that like button for us, and subscribing as we follow along with the market, and potentially heading back into the bull run. Certainly a super cycle coming up. So we would like to be there for you. And with this event that we've got coming up, the Conscious Crypto event for traders, the very first event ever done just for cryptocurrency traders, where we're covering technical analysis strategies as well as developing a winning mindset and the psychology. So we did. Hopefully the link has been fixed. Oh, you're welcome, Adot. You're absolutely welcome. We really love giving information for you. As I said, we are a tutorial channel, so we're uploading tutorials every day, whether we're live streaming or not. There's always a new tutorial going up, so just watch out for that. And I'm going to see you all tomorrow, unless something big happens this afternoon, and we might just jump on live and watch it happen together. Till we meet again, everybody. See you later, and make sure that you trade consciously. Be aware of what is going on around you, so that you make sure that you're in good trades. Bye-bye.